Hi Erica and Teri. Here are the instructions for assembling your stencil class. We'll start with the star card, and you can take your glue dots. I'm going to use my scissors because I can't see my, what's that called, my little pointy tool thing. So I already stamped the "Here's to You" on here. I did some stamping that I could ahead of time just for sake of time in the video. And if you need to pause this and do some stamping, just feel free. You don't have to try to keep up if I go a little quickly. I'm going to put these on the back of the car, the little banner. You can't get it. There, I got that one. Take off my little backs of that. Line up these edges. Try to have an even border on the top and bottom. And then there you go. And then a couple more glue dots on here. Another, take off the backs. And then, I don't know if you can see from all the way down here, but my stencil did a quick little shift and I got a little flurry of other stars that I don't want. But thankfully, they were kind of in the same spot where the banner goes. So I can just adjust that, and it covers, even though it doesn't cover everything, it covers most of it, and that really takes the focus off of that. So there you go. And if you do have some dimensionals left on this card, I did pop them up, this part up, the pink one up on dimensional, so you could pop this layer up too, but it kind of has dimension because it is a thicker piece anyways. But then for storing the card, I folded it so that it could slip down inside there. Okay. Next, I'll go to the cloud card with the blue paper. This one I did my clouds, and I liked that arrangement a lot. I didn't move the stencil like I had done, but I left the cloud arrangement that the stencil has is what I used, which is what I told you guys to use in class. So then I'm gonna put some dimensionals on the back of this. I think I'm going to do some in the middle just because it's a long piece. Okay, make sure we have our flowers the right way up, and then this is going to align right along the bottom of the card. So I'm going to start with a corner, and you don't have to press it down firmly right away in case you want to adjust it, but I kind of line it up with the bottom and then make sure it's lined up on the side, and then as I lay it down, line up with the bottom again, and then it will kind of pretty much automatically be along the side. And you can go slow and take your time there to make sure that it's not hanging off of the edge at all. But if it does slightly, you can always trim with your scissors, or because these are such little dots, you could easily pick it back up if you kind of dropped it funny or if it's sticking down where you don't want it. And then I'm going to take my "Here's to You" and kind of center it right in the middle there. I did notice, well, this is a different kind of ink pad. It's like linen than the colored pads. Sometimes you just get a little bit better ink coverage when you come from both ways on it, just different pressure and different ways. Sometimes a little bit of twisting works too. And if you guys don't have a black pad and you're not able to do this at home, let me know and I'll just send you one, or drop one off or something. I should have thought about that you still need a black one to do this, the rest of this at home. And then we're going to take our card base, and so there's always a side when you've scored it that is slightly raised, and that's the, well, you guys might know this because, you know, you've got kids, you're teachers. That's the mountain, because it's like goes up a little bit, and then this side has a slight indent, and that's the valley. I like to have my mountain, the slightly bumpy edge, on the outside. I just think it folds a little better, seems more natural to not have the raised part get squished, but it really doesn't make that big of a difference. So then that's going to be my front right down here. This is the back of the card. I don't fold them until afterwards, so then it's not raising up as I try to work. I'm just going to take them like this. I think it might work a little better. Yeah, scrape it up with my nail. I think when I'm actually doing this myself, I think of better hints to give. Nice. Right. And then this has a little bit of a border all around. I like to kind of look from above and hover it above and try to get it even, and it does not have to be perfect. Especially when you're starting out, you'll get a better eye for borders and lining things up the more cards you make. And then this one has some of these clear rhinestones, and I've got one up here. I'm going to put this one on this tiny little blue smudge. There, perfect. And then the other ones just below, on the, like below and to the left, and this one's gonna be just below or slightly above. Yeah, kind of like framing it. It does not matter. It just, the triangle shape is kind of pleasing to the eye, and to go in odd numbers with your embellishments is the standard kind of recommendation. So then once I'm all done, then I can fold it, you can crease it, and then you could do some stamping on your envelope if you wanted to. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of stamping in the card too. That's why it matches. So then you can anywhere you want, but just one more time, I'll say groups of 3. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and kind of fill in the gap. So I've got my little V. The bird's wings kind of go up usually, I think, when it's in a V. I don't think they flap them that far down. So that's where I'm using the top, and then the one where they're slightly more straight is my bottom. That's how I looked at it for the orientation. I'll do just one little one down in the corner. Okay. And then the next one I'll grab is the sun card. This one was so much fun. I love that sunburst thing. This was a good challenge for me to use the kit again to make cards. It was nice to feel like I got more use out of the stamp set. And then to put those stencils to use, I had not used them yet, so I think I'm going to try to do more of these kinds of classes. This is a finished one, so I'm going to grab the one I haven't done yet, and I'm going to take my sun card part, and I'm going to do this first. Get my banner on there in the middle. Oops. I really enjoyed seeing, hopefully, what's the one last snowfall. I mean, it was pretty, but then it's so crazy. It was like pretty much all melted off of our patio by like 2 or something, and the kids were riding their bikes around out there. I'm like, oh, it's winter in the morning and spring in the afternoon. I love it. We did sidewalk chalk. The kids washed their bikes because they think that's fun. They asked me to get a bucket of water, and I give them 3 washcloths, and they wash their bikes. They're so silly. All right, so then, oh wait, this one is slightly longer, so it is helpful to put usually when I do a banner, I just have it be the same length as my layer, but I forgot I did make this one the whole length of the card, so that's fine. We'll just put this down, and we will flip this over and put this face down so you don't get your sticky stuff anywhere. And then one more. I guess might as well put some in the centers too, since I did down there. So like 9, I think I did. Okay. And then we can take this one. And I wanted it to be kind of like, yeah, I don't want to have any of I didn't do the whole stencil, I just wanted the top of it. So I'm going to just do kind of in the middle of the card and make sure that I don't have any faded part of my center sun circles showing. So I like this. And I'm going to also make sure that I'm more concerned about having this edge straight, because when you fold your card over, it will, like, this might look like it's hanging over the center a tiny bit, but when you fold it over, it will be fine. Something about folding over the card makes it just a bit longer on the side, and you won't be as far over with this as it might look. Okay, and then I'm gonna put this next. I think this will help with spacing the 2 stamps. So then this was raised up. You should still have some dimensionals from your kit. Also, if you don't have to raise it. Anything that's raised is just for fun. It does not make the card bad if you aren't able to raise up something that the sample you're following was raised. It just won't have the little bit of oomph. Okay. So yeah, I stamped that already just to save some time with the video. And I just want to have like a pinky length, like a 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch. And I kind of want to pay attention to, oh yeah, this is what I did. The pattern paper is just a tad bit smaller than the side, so I kind of used that to center it. Just a little tiny bit above and below, and then again, before you press it down, a little tiny bit above and below, and then you can, is my cat in the video? He just came in. My phone was low, and I didn't film last night because the battery was low, so I'm like, you know what, I'll have to film on the floor so I can have it plugged in and still film it. The cord's not long enough to reach, so he might have easier access through here. Okay, and then this one's got a bird up there, the V on top, and the straight one on the bottom. And then this one's got the happy birthday. And I just kind of centered that right under this punch. And that looks like that's all for that one. And if you guys want to do any inside sentiments, don't forget to add that. Or you might forget to do that before you send it. You can add any stamping on your envelope that you want to. And then the last card the sunset one, my favorite. And this one uses the champagne rhinestones that are kind of like that pinky, shiny color. Oh, I grabbed both. I just need one packet. So this one, oh, I forgot. I had done it in here in pink, but I think it will look fine in blue or in black also. So whenever I have small pieces, and if I can, I like to attach that so it doesn't get lost. Smokes. He's standing on top of what I need. There it is. Okay. Got a little stuck on there. Okay. And this one I have smushed up against the edge. There we go. And then I'm going to put this onto the paper. So this is going to be your front. And later you'll fold it over and you'll put the pink paper over here. So then it'll be like that. So for now, I'm going to put it over like this. So I can, oh wait, we're going to stop right here. And we're going to stamp our flowers on there first. So you'll do 3 times with this. 1, 2, 3. And I don't want to have any paper under the one I'm stamping on. So I lined up the flowers along the side and the little line along the bottom of the push nice and firm. Oh, nice. And I kind of tried to stay close to the flowers and close to the bottom. Oh wait, yeah, it's like 3 in a portion. I thought that was a little bit too much. And if you get, I'm a little bit more spaced out here than I was on the card there, so I will have a little of this 4th one. So there we go. Now we can turn this over and put some glue dots on the back. Oops. Okay. I wanted to do this so we could kind of be moving at the same pace, but I would normally just use snail because it goes so much faster than glue dots when you're adhering a big thing. I do love my glue dots for like little small areas. But the seal is, I love it, so much faster. You don't have to deal with these little backings. Okay, so I'm going to make sure you know where this crease in your card is and that we're doing this the right way. I'm going to line up my this along the bottom edge, or any of these lines is fine, just so my paper is straight. I always try to make my base straight, and it's kind of like an inch in from each end, I think. So I'm going to line up my bottom and make sure I'm about the same distance from the sides. And then if you've got this straight, you should be fine. It should just be fine straight along the top if you've got the bottom straight. So yeah, it's pretty good. And then we can add this. Get our little banner here. And on here I made sure that so it'll be a little bit different because everyone could have had a slight like higher mountains or lower mountains. So here I had a little bit more white space, and here I made my mountains a little higher. And so if you wanted to cover up the top of your mountain, that's fine. I think I'm still going to try to center it here where I have a kind of the same amount of white space above and below here. So between the mountains and the bottom, and then the top of the card and the top. So it'll just be a slightly different look. And yeah, I think the black is still good. And then I got to put my rhinestones on. And I did... Oh, I forgot. I did 5 on the card, but that's fine. I'll show you a sample with 3, and it'll be fine. So we'll go something like 1. Oops, popped it off. Forgot I had done 5. I don't usually do 5. I usually stick with just 3 of them. I got a little dimensional thing stuck, or what's this called? Glue dot backing stuck on here. Okay. It will not get off of me. Okay, I'll do 1, 2, and then my last one I'm going to put up here by the banner. Something like that. So I got kind of 1, 2, 3 again. And then, just so we don't forget, I'll put this one on with you on camera too. One thing, when I wasn't doing classes, mainly the summer, because we started showing our house near the beginning of summer, and I packed up like so much stuff way too early. I packed up most of my crafting stuff, so I kind of didn't make cards like all summer, and like a month into fall, because we were at my parents' house and I didn't unpack that stuff, and I used up most of my stock of cards, and I had like almost no birthday cards left. And so now that I've been doing classes again and I prep extras, I finally have more cards to send out, more choices, and I am replenishing my stash of cards. So this will be nice. Okay, got an even border around there, and then we can fold our thing over. And there we go. 2 different versions. One pink and one black, but they're both beautiful. All right, so if you guys have any questions as you're assembling, if I forgot anything that you need, and just anything that you would like help with, or questions answered, or supplies that I forgot to give and you need, please let me know. And thanks again for doing the kit class and for doing this little add-on class. I had a lot of fun. Bye.